If you're an immigrant living in America and you're thinking, why is everyone so friendly, but I still can't seem to make actual friends? You're not imagining it. And you're not necessarily doing something wrong. One of the biggest culture shocks immigrants experience in the United States isn't the language, it's friendship. Because America can be an incredibly friendly culture. People smile at you, they ask how you're doing, your worker tells you about their weekend, someone at the gym starts talking to you, and then they say, we should totally get together sometime. And you're thinking, amazing, I made a friend. And then nothing. 6 months later, you're still waiting for that coffee. So what's going on? Today, I want to explain some of the hidden cultural rules behind American friendship and why immigrants can feel incredibly lonely even when they're surrounded by friendly people. One of the first things you need to understand about American culture is that friendliness and friendship are not necessarily the same thing. And this can be incredibly confusing if you come from a culture where friendliness is more closely connected to personal relationships. For example, in some cultures, if someone is warm with you, asks personal questions, invites you somewhere, or spends significant time with you, you may naturally interpret that as, we're becoming friends. In America, that interpretation can sometimes be too fast. An American can genuinely like you. They can genuinely enjoy talking to you. They can genuinely think you're interesting and still not consider you a friend yet. That's because American social relationships often have a lot of layers. You can have a coworker, an acquaintance, a friend, a close friend, a best friend, and those categories can be pretty different. Let's take the phrase, how are you? If you're from a culture where asking someone how they are means, tell me how you're actually doing, you might start explaining. My mother is having some health issues, work has been stressful, my relationship, ... and so forward. And the American person is staying there thinking, oh, I was just saying hello. That's not necessarily fake. It's a cultural greeting ritual. The same thing happens with compliments. Someone says, I love your dress. That doesn't necessarily mean I want to know you personally. It can simply be a friendly interaction. And this is where immigrants sometimes get hurt. They think, everyone here is so nice. Why doesn't anyone want to actually know me? But you're measuring friendship using the rules you learned in another culture. Let's talk about one of the most confusing sentences for immigrants in America. We should get together sometime. You hear, let's make a plan. The American person may mean, I enjoy talking to you and would be open to seeing you again. Those are not necessarily the same thing. So what should you do? Instead of waiting for the other person to initiate, try being specific. Don't say, we should definitely hang out. Say, absolutely, are you free Saturday afternoon? Now, you moved from a vague social invitation to an actual plan. And if they say they're busy, that's okay. Try again another time. And if they repeatedly don't make time, that's useful information too. You don't have to take every social interaction personally. There's another layer here. Immigrants are often trying to build a social life while simultaneously learning a new language, a new workplace, new social expectation, new humor, new communication patterns, and sometimes an entirely new identity. That's exhausting, I know. And if you don't understand the social rules, you might start thinking, there must be something wrong with me. Maybe you're too quiet. Maybe your English isn't good enough. Maybe people don't like your accent. Maybe you're awkward. Sometimes the issue isn't you. Sometimes you're simply missing the cultural operating system. And once you understand the rules, you can make better choices. So if you're an immigrant trying to make friends in America, here's what I recommend. Number one, stop waiting for friendships to happen automatically. Join things where you see the same people repeatedly. A class, a sports group, a volunteer organization, a professional association, a hobby group. Friendships often develop through repeated exposure. Number two, make specific invitations. Instead of we should hang out, try, would you like to grab coffee Thursday? Number three, don't interpret every friendly interaction as a promise of friendship. Someone can like you without becoming your friend. That's normal. Number four, don't give up after one awkward interaction. Cross-cultural friendships take time because you're learning each other's communication styles. And here's the bigger question I want you to think about. Sometimes the question isn't what's wrong with me. The question is, what kind of cultural environment allows me to thrive? Because not every culture is going to feel equally natural to every person. Some people love the American emphasis on independence. Some people miss the family closeness of their home culture. Some people want more personal freedoms. Others want deeper community. And understanding that can completely change how you approach immigration. If you want to figure out what culture might actually fit you personally, values, relationships, and lifestyle, I have a free cultural fit workbook linked in the description. And if you're specifically struggling with American communication, I also have my US culture and communication crash course, which you can find through the link in the description. Because moving to a country isn't just about learning the language. It's about learning how the people around you communicate, connect, and build relationships. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to be notified with more content like this, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!